Hi everyone, my name is Ryan and today I'll be walking you through the new MyWork changes that we'll be rolling out in the latest LPG update. So let's jump straight in. I'm on the LSP side today, but the same applies for the CSP side. Some fields just may look a bit different, but this tutorial today is relevant to both LSP and CSPs. If you head to the worklist dropdown and click on MyWork, you'll immediately notice a refreshed interface compared to the current LPG MyWork page. If you use MyWork, many of these fields should still feel familiar, although the layout and interface has changed. The first thing that pops out might be these new drop-down menus beside some of these fields. These are called operators. Operators are designed to enhance your search results by allowing you to refine queries more accurately and efficiently. Next to certain fields, you'll see these small drop-down icons that opens a list of available operator options. On the screen now is a detailed overview of what each of these operators do and how you can use them. The operators you see will depend on the type of field that you're working with. For instance, date fields will allow you to use greater than, less than, or equal to, as well as between and range operators. Dollar values offer similar comparison options. You'll also see range options, which will allow you to define values within a specific dollar range. For text fields, you'll see things like equals, has value, has no value, contains, starts with, and ends with. Operators are consistent across all of your entities, as shown on the screen as I go through them now. You'll not only see these operators in MyWork, but also across all different types of search screens. I have another video going through those, so feel free to watch that if you're curious. On the left hand side, you may notice that views are no longer displayed the way they were before. Instead, they now live inside an expandable and collapsible sidebar. Within this sidebar, you'll find global views, resource or workgroup views, and individual views. When you expand each section, you can easily see all available view options under each category. If we go back to the MyWork page, let's conduct a search and save our results. So under matter ID, let's search for any matter ID that starts with CC1. Let's click on submit. And as you can see, we get a range of different matters that have been returned. We can also expand the search field again. So let's change our start date here and see if we can get a narrowed down result. So let's say we're looking for any matter that's greater than or equal to our date inputted into this field. Let's click on submit. And we can see we get 88 records now instead of the 92 that we previously had. We can also change this operator field. Let's just say we want less than or equal to, and click on submit. And we can see we get a lot more results here as well. So if we've added all of our fields here and we're happy with the search that we're returning, we can click on Save View. This opens a pop-up where you can enter a view name and description. You'll also have the option to save the view as an individual for your personal use, workgroup or resource for a specific team, or global, making it available to everyone in your organization. So let's call this one Ryan Test with a description of test. I'll save this to my individual user and click on Create. We can see in the top right, our filter view has been saved successfully. So if we head over to the sidebar and expand individual, we can see that we have my Ryan Test here. On the right hand side, we can also see a Manage Views button. Clicking that will open up a pop-up. Here is where we can see a list of all of our views. As we can see, it's been split up between global, resource, and individual views. And under individual views, we can see my Ryan Test view name. On the left hand side, we have a few button options. Execute will execute our view. Clicking view will open up another pop-up where we can edit our name, description, and our allocation of the view. Clicking deactivate will deactivate the view. Clicking activate will reactivate it. Clicking delete will delete the view from my individual views. Set as default ensures that every time you enter my work, my Ryan Test view name will automatically be populated. Now if I exit out of this and clear my search results, and I go back to the side panel and click on Ryan Test, we can see my matter ID and start date are populated. This function is super useful if you have a search result that contains many fields that have been entered and you don't want to have to come in and re-enter them every time. Now let's move on to the data table, which has received several updates. First, you'll notice the Manage Visible Columns option. This allows you to add or remove columns from the table, so you only see the data that's relevant to you. Just say I don't want to see the project view, I can untick that box, and we can see that it's been removed from our data table. We can also click the Reset Column button, which will bring back any of the unchecked columns. On the right hand side of the data table, you'll also see options to export all results to CSV or export the current page of results to CSV. These exports are helpful if you want to perform additional data manipulation in tools like Excel. Within the data table itself, you can also drag and drop columns to rearrange them. Filter data directly within each column using the text fields. And we can also sort columns in ascending or descending order using the arrow icons. We can also adjust how many records are displayed at once using the results per page dropdown. That wraps up our quick overview of my work. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I hope you all have a great day.